Hi. Come in. You look exhausted.
I would have called you sooner, but we thought that you probably go right to bed after you had all the guests for the party.
Oh, sleep. I've been so worried about you. Where'd you go when you left Smith's house?
Well, we were driving around to make sure that nobody was following us.
Well, I figured you'd be starving, and I didn't know whether to make late snack or early breakfast, so I decided on breakfast.
Sounds great. Yeah.
Thanks, Lesley.
Bobby, are you shivering?
Yeah, well, I am, but I don't think it's from the weather.
No, you're probably still terrified for being in that house. You know, I'm never going to be able to thank you guys enough.
No, we thank you.
I didn't do anything. I kept the man busy. You risked your lives.
Yeah, well, we managed to make about 30 calls, before we had to split.
You think you made any contact at all with the killer?
We may never know.
A lot of the people that we called were totally bewildered. They had no idea what we were even talking about.
We did get a call, but the person immediately hung up. Just no conversation, just hung up. Now, it may have been the killer, but then again, it may have just been somebody that, you know, associate of Smith's that would have recognized his voice and knew that I wasn't him.
Well, then maybe something was accomplished, right?
Yeah, maybe plenty.
What do you mean?
Well, think of it. Smith knows by now that his little fortress was invaded.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever hung up on Joe may have filed a report that somebody was taking Smith's calls.
See, Smith could never have pulled off his little operation as long as he did and as slick as he did without that protection from inside the police department.
And now that he knows he's in trouble, Frank may go straight to his friend in the police department.
Which means that we're going to have to keep an eye on Smith from now on. Which is going to be an around-the-clock job. I hate this last hour before dawn. Minutes are ticking by. We've got to find Luke and Laura.
Joe, the police haven't been able to find Luke and Laura. Don't get crazy about it, okay?
Yeah, you know, Captain Ramsey has had their pictures in the paper practically every day, and he had roadblocks everywhere in the world, and nothing has helped.
I'm just not so sure that even if the police did find them, that they'd be safe.
Do you really believe that?
I'm afraid I really believe that, yes.
I do, too.
Luke is smart. He has kept them alive by keeping them on the run.
But in jail, he'd just sit in his cell and wait for them to come at him.
No, that can't happen.
Hey, I'm sorry. Let's get out of here, Bobby. We're making Lesley even more frightened.
No, it's okay. Listen, don't go just yet. Let's talk about this for a minute, okay? Please.
Whatever you say.
If they did... If they were in police custody, couldn't they have some kind of special guard?
Sure, I'm sure it'd be arranged.
But it wouldn't be any good.
Ted DeLuca had a special guard. He was a very important prisoner. He had a guard on him 24 hours a day in his jail cell. And the killer still got to him.
It's possible that the killer was the guard who was assigned to protect him.
Smith's people are everywhere. You know, there were moments last night in between being absolutely enraged at him that I found myself wanting to go to Smith and just throw myself on his mercy. And then I'd remind myself, no, can't do that. Hasn't got any.
Don't do it, Lesley. Don't ever even think it.
Do you know something? You might have been right before, though, when you said he must know he's in trouble, because when I told him about what had happened at his house, that man ran out of here in an absolute panic.
See, the man has to know he's on shaky ground. He's got to know by now that he's got some enemies.
Yeah. So that could smoke him out, right?
Well, look at it this way. If he doesn't have any way of knowing who was in his den last night, as far as he's concerned, it may have even been the police.
Or it could have been some of his friends.
Right.
And that could make it even a little more scary.
And if he breaks, It'll give us a chance to stop those murders.
And maybe something else could stop these murders.
What?
If Smith takes a run. If Smith runs for it, the killer would never kill Luke and Laura.
Why not?
Because he's a professional. There'd be nobody for him to collect his fee from.
And if he runs, he's going to go straight to his connection in the police department because he's definitely going to need some help.
Just to cover up his trail in leaving Port Charles.
Well, if that's so, do you realize that that's the first hopeful thing we've had to think about in days?
If that's so, I'd better get about the business of proving that we're right.
Oh, Joe, I'm going to be praying for you today. And for my daughter.
Prayer for Luke, too.
I always check my equipment. Last thing.
Well, I can use all the prayers I can get, Lesley. Come on, Bobby. I'll drop you off at the apartment.
Are you just going to watch Smith all day?
Yeah, but I'll be in touch. I'll keep my eye on him all day and check out anybody that he comes in contact with.
Okay. At this hour?
Do you want me to get it?
No. I'll get it. Don't go away, though.
No.
Morning.
Hi.
May I come in? What's up awfully early? Morning.
Yes, we are. What are you doing here?
Well, I was at the airport. It was too early to call, so I caught a cab, and here I am.
Oh.
Well, I was just going to drive by the house, and I saw the lights on everywhere, and a strange car in the driveway.
That's my... Welcome back, Rick.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thanks, Bobby. Joe, I can't tell you how sorry I am when I heard about your dad.
Thank you. And thank you for keeping in contact with Rose and I. We both appreciate it.
Such a useless way to go. Such a shame. I mean, senseless mugging.
Well, we're not so sure that that's what it was, Rick.
What do you mean?
Well, it's linked to a few things that have been happening down at the waterfront, but we'll talk about that when we both have a little more time, if it's okay.
Well, yes, of course. I'm a cab. He probably thinks I'm not coming back. Well, I'll leave. That's,
You just got here.
well, I could just send him on, I suppose.
There's some awfully good breakfast here.
Yeah, I smelled when I came in.
Let me take care of the cab.
Yeah, well, thank
and,
you. Appreciate that.
Do you
I'll
have
take care of it.
any luggage?
One bag. It's in the back seat.
Right.
Back seat. Thank you. Well, why did I interrupt you? Were you having an all-night party, or members of the birdwatching society gonna meet
Would you
for
believe
this?
none of the above?
The truth is, none of us could sleep.
And Bobby was out with Joe. So they dropped by.
I see.
I got it. There it is. You even have some change left.
Oh, great. Thank you. Very nice homecoming. Only Laura could